guys, Matt Hatter representing for D8 Games Active League, and today we're going to talk about pure healers for my guide for electric healing. And we're going to go to the stat point tree. We have one in superpowered, course 20 filled up in critical, and also 40 in healing magnitude. The remainder filled up in restoration. We go down to might and power. You can also put 10 just to make the 10 in dominance to make your shield just a little bit more strengthening, and the remainder for health just to add a little bit more health. And that's pretty much it for the tree for that right there. We go to the iconics. Pretty much nothing here you can really add unless you just want to EO for EOG for one of these here, but nothing really here for your skill points except for Firmer Bloom for EOG, for movement mode, and of course on flight. One for your move mode, which is Sonic. Of course down for dive bomb, you can put any one here in a tree. I just chose to use the innate. These two here is a staple for your stun resistance and 10% for your restrain. If you have extra skill points, you can also add the rest here just for more power back for you. Alright, we're gonna go to weapons. Now, for me personally, weapons is a preference for every player, but for my personal preference, the main three I would choose is dual pistols, brawling as weapon mastery if you have the skill points, the extra skill points to pull this off. And the other one is hand blast. You don't need that many skill points for it. Just to give up hand blast, you can use one for the little quote unquote, they call it Kamehameha, and the other one just for the tap tap, just to give off the the regeneration damage for the power back. All right. For me currently, I'm using dual pistol. I've been sticking with that for a minute. And I just have 2 skill points here. One, you can just spam all day, then go straight into your powers. The second one, just for a little combo to fall back, rather just block and roll away. And before we get into loadouts, we're gonna go into the gear. And again, of course, all your gear is for healing gear. Your healing gear, not a mix and match. This is a healer. Alright, so we have one for replenishing adapter. That's the to restore additional power to yourself. And as you already know, you have more power to you. You can more healing that can be done for the group. For your head is 2.5% supercharge back. The supercharge from a bloom. Again, this is when you're switching to EOG healing. Your neck, focus restoration, increases 5% your restoration. For your back is accelerated Tesla ball. For chest, now let's step back for a minute for your back. That's not for DPS, and so definitely ignore that. For your chest, superpowers use power efficiency. Superpowers use 5% less power, so every power used is 5% less cost. So there you go. For legs, nothing really special for that. And we'll go and talk about this in a hot minute. Then my artifacts is Page of Destiny, Purple Healing Ray, and Transition Card. And of course, my cola buff. You can use the other Bottle Silly Cola to rank it up. And for feet, Tumble Mastery. Hands, I have regenerating shielding. Shoulders, nothing. Face, pretty much have a socket mod just for the extra restoration. You can go restoration and power. That's fine also. Alright. And for my stats, looking at the health, the power, restoration, and go dominance. Now we're going to look at the augments. Again, everything is restoration here for me. Okay. Alright, now we're going to talk about the loadouts. I have from left to right, I have recovery, galvanize, biocapacitor, Bioelectric Surge, Electrogenesis, and Flux as my 4-man supercharge. Just as an option, you can swap out Electrogenesis as you want to use supercharge. If you're especially if you're EOGing, you swap it out for this right here and add Gemini. Or you can swap out your group shield, which is of course is going to be the 10,000 cost for electric. That's amazing, great shielding. So this will also be your supercharge loadout, not the Gemini, but your regular healing loadout. Just for regular heal. Okay, so just for straight heals, no supercharge. This would be the loadout. Unless you want to swap out Electrogenesis for your supercharge, and then use Flux as your 4-man shield. Okay, easy peasy. Now, if you want to swap out Electrogenesis, you can swap out Electrogenesis for Arc Lightning. Arc Lightning has amazing heal back, but it's not a heal over time. I ran with Arc Lightning before. If you check out my previous video, especially in FVE, and I think another one in a few times in FFE, it's fine. It's not a problem. But since Electric pretty much has nothing but burst heals, like really big burst heals, I chose 2 for my heals over time. That would be Electrogenesis and Recovery, and we're gonna test the 2 out. There was a fellow YouTuber, not gonna plug his or her name out, but it was a comment that he or she made saying that Arc Lightning, they don't prefer Arc Lightning because you cannot get that close to a boss, or well, just pretty much maintaining a boss as a healer. Morally, as a healer, you're supposed to stay your distance. Tanks lead, DPS second in line of the fight, especially with a boss fight, and then trolls and healers stay in the back line of the cut. That's predominantly so, but if you know the mechanics well enough, like you should, let's say for example, Gorilla Grodd for the first boss, he pretty much got all different types of telltales. If you know the mechanics well enough, you can pull off Arc Lightning anytime. I've done it in a previous video where I'm just like literally in his face and healing him, and it's with Arc Lightning. All right, so moving on, but we will show the differences between Arc Lightning if you want to sub out Arc Lightning for Electrogenesis, and also showing the differences, well, just not showing, but displaying the 2 heals over times and pretty much individual powers. Okay, so we're gonna do the heals over time. Finding some ads to play around with. There you go. Alright, that is Electrogenesis at its finest. Now solar cooldown, that is fine. We got other loadouts to work with down the line. Alright, we're gonna switch up to the next heal over time. A little bit bigger cost. Electrogenesis. Cooldown a little bit slow. Gonna get it one more time. There we go. After this one, we're going to test out Galvanize. 3, 2, 1. Galvanize got a shorter cooldown. That is great. No extra good burst. We're going to do one too. Electrogenesis with Galvanize. And again, there's no real specific order with this. You know, you go either way, left, right, up, down. It doesn't matter. Just showing you differences with the heals over time with this one. So if you're doing your burst heals for electric and you have your heals over time, pretty much it can top you off. Proc off the artifacts if you need it. And you're good to go. Okay, now we're going to switch up to our one of our burst heals. Switch to our next burst heal after this. Cooldown is very long on this one. One more time. Then we're gonna move on to our priority. Wait for that health to get very low. Then we're gonna hit our priority. There you go. There's our halo ray activated. Okay, we're gonna wait till combat leaves, then we're gonna switch out to arc lightning, so demonstrate how arc lightning works. Just to give you a little demonstration, so you can make a more comfortable choice what you want to, what works better for you. Is it electrogenesis or is arc lightning? Or better yet, let me just take out this, put it here. Some ass to play around with. Let the games begin. Alright, it's not liking it. That has worked. Cooldown is very quick. The bigger heals with numbers. It was fine. Pretty much the bomb burst. And there you have it. All right, now on to the pets. Excuse me, the pets for the utility slot. Now for, let me back up a little bit noisy with the ass fighting. Okay. So you got Creepy Jack. That's a Halloween event that's currently going on now. You get your marks, have to get that. Use and abuse it. Pretty much the cool thing about this one, as your stats up, raise your stats for your restoration to 298 restoration for 20 seconds. Pretty cool. You do a lot of that. Aids you in battle for a short period of time. Also during a short period of time, if your health drops below 40%, you get a heal back, which is pretty good. We can go ahead and test it out. For sidekick, if anybody never noticed, pretty much it gives a little taunt. If you have this in the boo out, it is perfect. It's like your little mini baby tanks. What your sidekick could do, it taunts, it tanks a little bit. It will give you, not your group, it'll give yourself power. It also heals you. It would also give a little shield for yourself, for it and yourself. And that's pretty much it with it. So it's a staple. Blossoming Bloom. It aids you in battle for a short period of time. Also, when the blossoming spores, when it withers or dies, it heals yourself and nearby allies over time. So it's great. Definitely a staple. And this one, old school, but you can't leave it out. It's your CC trinket. With this one right here, you activate it. I'm gonna give you a demonstration. Activate it once, you get the form. You activate again, and then hold square. You and the group gets a shield. Okay. It's very handy for the tank. Let's just say for rage, when you got one shield or two, or earth got less limited shields, or atomic, whatever have you, it helps out with yourself in the group. And then its other two abilities, well, one of them I think is really cool, and we'll wait for 1 hot second. Okay, activate it. Let me see if I can get these powers down just a bit. It's kind of hard to do when you spec correctly. You're barely running out of power, I promise you. Okay, activate again. With the healing one, when you activate it and just tap square, it's supposed to give you health back. Not a lot, so just be wary of that. And if you can't activate 1 or 2 at the same time, so be careful of that. But we're going to test out the Boo Jack. But if you don't like one of those, you can swap out Boo Jack. If you're just looking for the stats, you can swap out just for your regular trinket, just for the stat boost. Okay. So we're going to go and test out good old Creepy Jack. Doing this thing with the heels. A little attacking a little bit. There we go. We got a little good burst. So it healed a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to test out the Blossoming Bloom. So the creepy jack healed a little bit, and then it stopped. And then when you got to 40%, it gave you like one burst of heal, and then it was done. After that, it just consistently just kept attacking. Okay. All right. Well, while we're waiting on that, we're gonna go ahead and activate the sidekick so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Some health. His tanking. See how it's got all the aggro. He's healed again. It's healed itself. Now it healed me. And it's flew off. So that's about a good quarter. I'll look for some more ads and test out the bloom. Okay, go straight to a big heal. Another semi-big heal. Another heal. Another heal. Okay, so again, you have your preferences with how you want to do this. You can go either the pheromone bloom, either bloom with your sidekick, or you can do the creepy jack with your sidekick. So there's options.